All right. So what I want to do is I want to start making videos on my journey into the sim racing world because it's been a pretty interesting one. So I started sim racing, I think about 2 weeks ago, uh, right about the end of June 21st, I think is when I started. So when I originally started, I started. I saw a friend. He was playing Forza Horizon 6 on Steam. I remember asking him. I was like, "Hey, like, is that a fun game? Because I've never really played any kind of like racing games. I'm used to play like World of Warcraft all the time, Daisy, Counter Strike, Call of Duty, just the basic games. Never once had I ever been interested a whole lot into like the whole like sim racing um, side of things or just racing games. So I didn't know what to expect when I got even Forza, right? So I got Forza. I played it. It was fun. I played it on for like about 2 weeks, about 2 weeks nonstop. And during the course of playing Forza, I was watching YouTube videos on how to get cars or, how to finish certain laps or, whatever little things you could do in there, like the challenges and stuff. But as I was playing Forza and watching YouTube videos, of course, it started recommending more videos, um, kind of like iRacing, the game that I've been playing here, Assetto Corsa and LMU, the Le Mans Ultimate. And so I started looking up, different videos, which ones not necessarily better than the other, not which games are better than them, but in the end, I ended up picking iRacing. I was like, okay, it looks cool. Um, because I liked Forza, but I wanted more of a, competitive structure where I can actually race and compete against other players. I mean, you can do that in Forza, but it's a whole different, I guess, world or whatever you want to call it, with the two games. Um, so, anyways, I looked up how to get iRacing, and I saw it was a subscription-based game. And so I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to pay subscription. I played World of Warcraft for 16 years, paying a subscription to that. And then I found a Reddit thread, and they talked about how you can go and get iRacing for $20 if you donate to like a motorsports club. And I'll be sure and put the link to that in the description on the website to do that. It's pretty simple. If you follow the instructions, email whichever motorsports club is in your region, and then they email you back, and you donate $20 to them. They send you a code for iRacing, and then you get it's a year of iRacing and like some maps and cars or some tracks and cars. Yeah, and so to me, I was like, okay, I can pay $20. That's not a lot of money. I can see if I like the game or not. So I did that. I emailed them. Took a couple of days. They emailed me back. Then they sent me the link and said, you send the donation here, yada yada yada, and they did it through Discord and all this stuff too, or gave me some Discord links. But it was a fairly easy process. Took about 4 or 5 days to get it done. I wasn't in a rush to get the game, but so they gave me the code. I loaded it up and stuff, and so when I started playing, I started playing on a Xbox controller. Um, I was playing Forza on the Xbox controller, and so I was like, okay, if I can play this game too on Xbox controller, on the Xbox controller, it'll be fine, no big deal. So I did that, started playing it, and the first week was fun. I had a blast. Even on controller, it was fun. I was losing. I mean, I haven't won a race yet. Like this is my second week. I haven't won a race yet, but it was fun. Like it's a different aspect of a game, of a racing game to me. Like Forza to this, huge difference. So I kept playing it, and I was just like, man, like this game it's to me addicting. Like it's a new game, new style of game. So I was like, okay, I'll keep giving it a shot to see if I like it. And every day I was getting off work, and I'd come home and play 2 or 3 races. And like I said, I wasn't winning any, but it was still fun. The competition, because like it's just there's so many variables on what can happen in any given race that you play. There's different type of cars you drive. Every car you drive is different. The way it handles, how fast it accelerates, the braking, all this stuff. So I, I kept playing the first week on controller, and then I started seeing that it's a you should be the majority of people were probably playing on a wheel, right? So I was like, man, like now I've got to get a wheel to play this game. You don't have to. I mean, you could play it on controller if you just want to play it, I guess, that way. So I was looking up. Luckily, it happened to be during the time that like I mean, there's a bunch of wheel companies too, tons of wheel companies. I ended up going with a Moza. I'll show you here. I went with the Moza R5. So you got this, so you get this wheel, has paddle shifters and stuff on there, which is pretty nice. It comes with the motor. I guess you can't see it, but you know the wheel or the drive base. So it's a direct drive. It's not a belt driven drive or can't remember the other kind, but so it's nice, you know. So I got that. I got that literally about a week after, or maybe a week and a half after playing on controller, is when I got the steering wheel, and it was a night and day difference. Like playing on controller, you know, was fun, but then when I got that wheel, I was like, oh my god, it transformed like the game for me massively. The good thing was I got the wheel. I got it from Best Buy. I think I got it for three, almost like 400 ish after taxes and stuff. I did buy a warranty through Best Buy, so it was like 480 total for a brand new wheel. I got the R5 one, you know. And so I mean, yeah, it's an investment. It was an investment, but I was like, it's not bad, you know. Same thing. If I didn't like it, could you know returned it to Best Buy. You know, I pretty sure like that would have been an issue. So I wasn't too worried about it. But yeah, so like I said I did the first week on controller. This is my second week. Like as of this week is like I think my second week now, full second week of you know playing. And so the second week I've been playing on the wheel, and it's yeah, it's fun. It's a learning curve. I mean, it's difficult still. You know, it's not like it's super easy. But, you know, just because I had a wheel, I wasn't all of a sudden good. But that's also another factor to me. Like it's fun because like it's harder. It's a you know it's a hard game. You have to learn the game in a whole different aspect, and I guess that's what's kind of drawing me back is that aspect that you know you can't just you know go from a controller and get a steering wheel and all of a sudden you're gonna fucking be you know better than everyone else on the track. You know like there's videos and all these people are playing. You know they've been playing 10 years. You know but it's fun and that's kind of why what like I say that's why I want to make this video is because I want to kind of just give my update or my journey through the whole iRacing thing and I plan on trying to make videos weekly to just to see how I progress. You know, I figured I'd put it on YouTube. You know, if people see it, maybe they can give me tips. That'd be awesome. Like I said, because I still every night, or you know, if I have free time during the day too, I'll watch videos on how to get better. Because I mean, there's like I said, there's so many variables. I guess they do balancing of the cars too during the seasons. There's different seasons. And that's fun. You know, like I mean, it's just you know one car can be good for X amount of time. I've only been driving, I think, 4 or 5 cars so far, but it's been fun. You know, I've been streaming on Twitch. I've met a bunch of different people. They came through the channel, and you know, they give me tips and you know tips and pointers on the game, what to do, on what not to do. It's a great community so far from what I see, which is like that's a huge selling point for me. You know, I mean, every community has bad you know bad seeds or whatever, but for the most part, everybody's been very helpful, very nice, which is very awesome too. Um, so yeah, so like I said, I wanted to make a video for my own journey through sim racing and kind of make updates because I do want to see how I'm progressing throughout the future. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks. I didn't think in 2 weeks I was going to be, you know, you know, good. But like I feel, or I see now that it's just there is a big learning curve to sim racing, but it's fun. Like it is fun to do. You know, for me, I enjoyed a lot so far. I've already, I've actually already, honestly already started looking at like rigs. You know, like not. I don't think I'm gonna get one anytime soon. The wheel and the wheelbase I got, you know, it clamps onto my desk. You know, and I have the pedal set with it, so it's all just kind of you know it's there, it's not perfect but it works for you know for starting out. Like I said, it wasn't a huge investment you know to get into it, and I don't think by any means that people have to get a will. Like I said, Moza has a sale. I think the sale goes on to like July 15th, so it's like another week or so, and you can get like the R3, which is like a very base beginner will, and you can look it up, Moza R3 wills. There's plenty of people who do reviews on it, and they'll tell you that you know that it's a very good entry level will. um, I'm not sponsored by any means. I'm not like an affiliate of Moza. It's just, you know, that's the one I got because it's on sale and, you know, I think it's good. I've been using it now for a week. I like it. Um, I'll put I'll put a link to their site because if you are watching this video looking wanting to see what it is like for sim racing, and you're curious, I think it's a good idea if you think, oh, I want to get a wheel. They're on sale for another week, man. Like they're not super expensive by any means. And like I said, there's multiple companies. I know they all go on sale all the time. So I will link that. Like I said, I'll link the thing on um the Motorsports Club to get the game for $20. I got the standalone. I didn't get it through Steam. Um I got like from the iRacing site, that their launcher, just because they've said, or I've seen people say that not that there's issues, but I guess sometimes it does have more issues on the Steam side versus the actual iRacing client. I've had the game crash once. Like, yeah, it's only had one issue where the game completely crashed, and all I did is I went and ran the game as administrator, and I've had no issues since. So I said the game runs fine. Um, it's fun. It's a challenge, and that's the thing for me is like I'm curious to see how, like hopefully the next video next week, because I plan to, hopefully if I can do this, if I can land all up, that I can make a video that'll come out every Tuesday or Monday, Monday or Tuesday of each week, so I can kind of just update the progress on how I'm doing, or what I, if I'm liking it still, if I'm not liking it, if I've switched to another game or another sim, so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with everything. So I do appreciate if you stop by and watch the video. If you're watching the video and you are a sim racer and you've been sim racing and you have any tips or tricks, like by all means tell me anything, any advice. I'm open ears to everything on that side. If you have questions about sim racing that I can answer, you can leave a comment. I'm pretty good about answering people's comments on, if you leave one, I'll try to respond usually pretty quickly. So but yeah, that's it. It's like I said, quick short video. Hopefully it's a quick short video. I don't know how long we're at right now, but I don't want to make anything super long. But yeah, it's fun, sim, like the sim or game, whatever you want to call it. It's been for me a blast. So yeah, that's it, I guess. If anything else, like I said, any questions, whatever, leave it in the comment section. I'll be sure and try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Other than that, I do stream like nightly, usually nightly, um, in the evening, 7, 8ish. So I'm on Twitch. I guess I'll link it in there. I'm not trying to promote myself by any means. But if same thing. If you're on Twitch, you stop by. I'm pretty good about talking to people, even while I'm racing. Like I said, there's a huge learning curve. I'm not, like I said, trying to be, first place by any means in any of these games, because there's different factors of the games that you'll have to, that you learn as you go. And I will probably do another video, like I said, because I watch so many other YouTubers too. All the guys that I've watched have, explained stuff that have helped me. I will do another video later on and link their YouTube videos for people, so that way they can find people if they need any more advice. That I, you know what I mean? Because I'm a new person to sim racing myself. So yeah, okay. Well, that's it. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Other than that, have a good day.